What's up guys, it's Light Spiral here, and today I'm going to be showing you my newest Giants B10 team, which does consist of Hua, even though it's a fire monster in Giants B10. This is the current runes that I have on her. You can see, what is that, like 15,000 HP, a little less actually, but 15,000 HP, 1900... close to 2,000 attack. How much? I don't know, like under 800 defense, 186 speed, 85 crit rate, 82 crit damage, and max accuracy for Giants B10, which would be 45 for everything but the middle, like the golem in the third stage, the big one, needs about 60 accuracy, so this has enough accuracy for everything in Giants. The runes, Swift Focus with attack, crit rate, and attack. This isn't the ideal build. Ideally, you would have violent something like attack, crit damage, attack, or speed, crit damage, attack. But I have used crit rate, so that's that. This is the team I'm using. Two of these guys are actually formable or fusible, so I don't know, that's kind of cool, I guess. And so this team has no nat 5s except Sig, but Sig's fusible, so he's only counts as like half a nat 5 in my book because you can still get him. But this is a team that most people are going to be able to make because a lot of people have Lucians, Galleons, and Huas. And then Susanoo and Sig are fusible, and I actually do think Susanoo is pretty good. I know there's not a bunch of people that use Susanoo, but I do think he's good. He was the first 6-star I made way back when he was actually bad when I did make him 6-star, but after a buff that gave him his second skill, it scaled on his speed as well as his attack, or maybe it's just his speed, I don't know. I think it's speed and attack, never mind, I know that's speed and attack. Once they did that, then he got a lot better. And that was the run. I'll keep doing more. It's about a little over 90% success. As you can see, I just got a new best time of 53 seconds. So I screenshotted that. That's probably going to be the thumbnail, just so you guys know. It doesn't normally do 53 seconds, obviously, because that was the new best time. But it's normally about anywhere from a minute to a minute and 15 seconds. It just depends on how quickly I land defense break and how my skills derp or don't derp. Like when Lucian uses Amp Magic when there's only one guy left, it's not normally as good as when he uses it when all 5 are alive. So it depends. But it's about 90% success, and the times when it will fail is on the third stage, or not the third stage, on the final stage, if Galleon fails to land a defense break on the boss, even though my Galleon is on 70 accuracy, which is more than max accuracy for Giants, it still happens sometimes where he doesn't get a defense break, and if I don't kill the boss quick, then it's going to kill me quick. And in this run, you will probably see some of my guys die. Basically, every time the giant counterattacks, one of my monsters will die. And sometimes my Galleon can tank one hit. So there's the Susanoo gone. And if the giant gets a full turn off, where he does like the full AoE attack, this team is going to wipe. So that about less than 10% of the time, this team does die completely, but you only need one guy to finish it. So if you have enough damage to kill the boss before he gets enough counterattacks off, you're gonna win, as you can see here. And so, this team uses. I'll explain how I decided to make this team, and as well as the turn order and synergy and whatnot behind it. I wanted 2 AoE nukers to clear the trash waves, which would be Sig and Lucian. Sig can clear it on if Galleon does time to loot and then he does his third skill. He can almost clear it. I don't think he always kills the golems. And then Lucian can clear it with his third skill if there's an attack buff. And then I have Susanoo to do good single target damage, as well as Sig does good single target damage. Because if you only have AoE damage and no good single target damage, then you're not going to be able to kill the boss very well, because you need to kill the boss quick. And my Hua might die. Wow, my Hua died. So this is definitely going to fail if I had to guess. I don't think I've ever seen my Hua die before. But if I had to guess, this is going to be a wipe, because Hua is really important in this team. And I'll tell you why now. The reason Hua is so important is because Hua keeps the boss's attack bar back. Even if she glances, she pushes the attack bar back. And what you'll see in a second here, if the boss gets a full turn off, it's a full team wipe. So, okay, well, the boss didn't. I killed it quick enough, so the boss didn't get a full turn off. So it wasn't a wipe. But I'm probably, before I finish this video, there's a decent chance you'll see a full team wipe, and from that skill, because the boss will hit about 30,000 to 20 to 30,000 on me if on the counterattacks. I've seen him hit up to 45,000 when he had attack buff and I had defense break. I've seen him hit 45,000, which is enough to one-shot absolutely everyone on this team, and the 20,000 is enough to one-shot everyone but the Galleon. So that's that. Another thing that's nice about the Huas, or the single Hua, it's just one, is she will attack the crystals on stage 1, 2, and 4, and so that can make your run a lot safer, because the crystals have would probably have the power to kill your team. It depends on your runes, but you're likely they'll have the power to kill your team if you don't kill them quick. And Hua is going to target them, even if there's defense break on the golems. Hua is going to target the crystals, and so that's why it's nice. I made a video. I don't remember which video I made. I made a video though that showed me, or I don't remember what it was. I keep saying that, but I said something about some people use Hua and Giants. I don't really know why, and then I decided, well, maybe I should try and see why. And it didn't take very long for me to realize the value, because I knew the reason that they used Hua was because the attack bar reduced, but I never realized just how amazing the attack bar reduce was. Before I used this team, I used Sig leader skill with Lucian, Galleon, Emma, and Bernard, and that team was about 2 minutes. But so I was able to cut my runtime about in half by basically by adding Hua, because I'd already tried it with Susanoo, and I've used what's on the screen here, but instead of Hua I had Emma, and instead of Hua I had Bernard, and that wasn't really working. So I just decided, let me just try and see what happens with Hua, and I realized that it actually completes it almost every time. For me to fail, I basically have to get bad RNG, which is definitely a thing in this game. Like right there, Galleon did the Pirate Strike instead of Defense Break, and so there's the Defense Break. If my Galleon would have gotten resisted on the Defense Break right there, well, this team would have lost. And you just saw the boss crit on my Hua for 43,000, which is enough to kill absolutely everyone on this team. My Galleon's on 30,000, but 43,000 is more than 30. And so that's the team. I've shown, how many runs did I show? Like 6 or 7. I don't know if you care to know how many I did. I'm sure you counted. And I believe I didn't fail any of them. Maybe I failed one. I don't think I failed any of them. But I'll show you guys the runes on these guys. Here's my Galleon. It's a little under 30,000 HP. Just like whatever. It's 400 under 30,000. The defense is at 700, 188 attack, so it's the first guy in the team, and I'll talk about team order in a second. He's got max accuracy in Giants. The attack, crit rate, crit damage doesn't matter. Resistance is always nice, but I'm not going to prioritize resistance. And here are the runes. I'm on shield, energy, focus. With that, on speed, HP, and HP. Feel free to pause it at any time if you want. But what I want to say with turn order is ideal turn order would be Galleon so he can do his time to loot, and then Lucian to clear the first wave. Then you go to second wave and be Galleon, Lucian, and then I would recommend Sig so you can get the attack break just in case something bad happens, followed by Hua and then Susanoo, because Susanoo is good with the speed, but Susanoo does good damage on his second skill and it's reusable really soon. So that's my recommended attack order. And another thing I want to, I'll mention it when I get there, but I'll go into the next set of runes. Here I have Susanoo. Whatever, you can look at the stats, pause it whenever you want. The main things you want to look at is the almost 180 speed, or whatever, 175-ish, whatever, 85 crit. Ideally you'd have 100 crit, but it's okay with 85. The crit damage is not very good, the attack's not that amazing. So my Susanoo doesn't have the world's best runes, but he still does pretty good damage, and so it will work. And he also has a shield set and on Swift, so there's this rune with attack, crit rate, and attack. So another thing to note about him is he has 41 accurate resistance right here, just by coincidence, and his passive will give him 50 more resistance. So my Susanoo is on like 91 resistance. So it doesn't really matter, but it's just something that's kind of cool. So because it doesn't, even if he resists the defense break, he's still going to get one-shotted by a counterattack. So it doesn't really matter. But I also have this Sig, and here's the stats on my Sig. Once again, pause it whenever you want to. And then I have a third set of shield. So if you counted that up, I have a total of 3 shield sets. So that means at the beginning of every round, I have a shield with 45% of my HP on my monsters. So the shield can make it so my Galleon can tank a counterattack. And it also makes it so on the first stages you can afford to get hit once or twice, because with 3 shield sets, it is really nice. So shield sets are something that I've noticed are really useful in no-healer Giants teams. Or I haven't gotten into no-healer Dragons teams, but I'm sure they'll be useful there too. But here's my Sig runes anyways. I have this rune on speed, crit damage, and attack. Ideally violent. Basically every monster on this team would be ideally violent, except the Lucian. Ideally would be rage, I guess. And then, so that's that. Here's my Hua. This is the one I was using. I already showed you the Hua earlier. And the Hua is kind of the focus of this video because it's kind of like the thing that not everyone else uses. And it's like, the reason I'm able to do this. But, I already showed you the runes. I'm not going to show you again. Just whatever. Swift focus. I was just checking to make sure I didn't have a shield set. And then this is the Lucian I was using. Well, let me make sure. Yeah, this is definitely the Lucian I was using. And here's the, you can see the stats. This Lucian has my best attack runes on it. So, this is the best I got. And then Fatal Blade with that, attack, crit damage, and attack. So that's kind of all I have for this video. Another, just a quick thing I wanted to mention is, at least for me with my runes, this only works with the Lucian leader skill. I need the Lucian leader skill for this to work. It doesn't work with the Hua leader skill, or the Sig leader skill, or the Susanoo leader skill. It needs to be the Lucian leader skill. But that's all I have for today though, guys. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to tell me in the comment section. And that's all I have for today's video though, guys. So may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows.